Man, I'm sweating.
That's no good.
Welcome to summer, right? I guess this
Yes, yeah, it's the end of summer.
Welcome to another episode of
Nerd Out.
I am Randy. This is Brian. Man, it's been a busy summer. This is end of summer busies. Is that a such thing?
I guess so, man.
Man, I think it's just like with, I don't know, for me, all the activities of kids and camps and stuff like that and whatnot. But anyways,
Yeah, I'm constant season to season.
what's that? Yeah,
I'm constant season to season. I just
Yeah.
like the weather.
The weather. Yeah, so it's been a couple weeks. I don't think we really had anything last week. Like, it was just like, I don't know.
Nothing new,
Yeah.
you know, not much new to report.
Yeah, and I think this week, I'll be honest with you, you have some stuff. I have like little like random things. So like there's like, we'll see if we can get into a conversation flow. If not, like, you're watching us
Take a dump on CGC.
CGC.
I could take a dump on CGC.
CGC.
Yeah.
Comic book grading system? No, that would be CGS. What is CGC?
Comic book guarantee certificate. Whatever.
Certification.
If you don't know what CGC is,
CGC is the comic book grading. If you don't know what it is,
grading comics.
It's
they know.
grading comics. All right.
You guys better know.
All right. So what's your problem?
I don't know. I just think everybody. It's like I just get annoyed when the comic book industry, where everybody places this such like
Importance.
stigma. Yeah, it's like who gives a shit?
Uh,
Especially on a book that isn't like that isn't rare or isn't decent shape.
Mhm.
It's like there's guys collecting numbers,
mhm.
and the whole thing is that number is arbitrary because it really depends on who grades it, when they grade it, the mood they're in.
So
It's
last
late.
time when we talked about this, you were sort of entering the world of comic books, and we were both had question marks on CGC and how we felt about CGC. So now you feel that this is your stance now on CGC, is that you feel that it is arbitrary, because I think
a lot of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've talked to many people on it. First of all, I think again, like with collecting, like I think we all collect our own things, so it's kind of like as a compulsive individual, like I don't know if like I don't think it's like inappropriate, but like I do agree, like it seems like CGC for me makes sense if you're buying like a vintage rare book and you need to put a number on it and you need to like put a definitive stamp on it. But like there are a lot of people, like I went to an estate sale and there was like a stack of books that came out in the last 3 years, all graded 9.8, and they were like
different.
Maximum Carnage 22. Like honestly, like don't you think that that's a waste of money and time, like to spend $30 on a book?
If it's a 9.8, no.
Really?
If you have a book that is
Okay.
because a 9.8, it is like nearly impossible. Like to
Is
just
it?
pick one up off the shelf, the chances of it being a 9.8 are extremely rare.
I gotta check out. Is there a way?
Most books are about 9.2.
9.2. So is there a way that you can? Is there a documentary out there where they will run down CGC specific, and we'll use CGC?
Yeah, Overstreet grading. guide.
Overstreet grading.
Yeah, that's what they say they go by.
But how excited? And again, I'm not criticizing anyone's collector. I'm just anxious and like asking a question. Like as a CGC collector, I totally understand a vintage book. Like you get to put, but like so like if you have Maximum Carnage number 12 and it's a 9.8, like. Is there a lot of satisfaction in that? I mean,
If
I
you
don't
sell
know.
it, because
Okay.
here's the thing: if you have a 9.6,
But who are you selling it to? Like, who wants that? Like, they want.
there are great collectors.
Okay.
There's guys that do it. Like a 9.6, if a 9.6 is $200,
Right.
a 9.8 is probably $800. Like it's over double.
So now you're kind of defending it, right?
No, I'm just
Oh,
saying
okay, you're just
if you're
explaining.
collecting for nothing other than monetary
The number,
gain,
right.
If you are an investor, not a collector.
Okay.
then yeah.
So now let
I
me
think
ask
so.
this: is collecting a number, a CGC number, a safe investment? I think it's a poor investment. I think a good investment is a good number of an old book. But I don't know, like.
Oh, I would agree with that.
Okay.
Oh God, yeah, because I mean, all the like this brings me into modern comics.
Okay, there you go.
Which pisses me off.
Okay.
It's like, okay, like
It's like
modern comics. Not all of them,
You're right.
but a lot of them are being sold on factors that do not matter long term, which is rarity. Okay,
But doesn't
rarity.
I think
has-
rarity matters.
No,
I think it's
not in old books.
rarity and demand.
You know,
don't think
demand, yes, but not rarity.
Okay, let's
Because
go.
I could whip out
Mhm.
my Creatures on the Loose number 10, and nobody knows what that is.
What is the legitimate rarity of that book?
Way rarer than a Hulk 181. It's just not as cool. Like
Well-
Hulk 181 is one of the most heavily printed books of the 70s.
Well, Hulk 181 has
But it's
a
not rare.
significant. But okay, so there's demand overpowers rarity in that
But
situation.
and so my point
Mhm.
is that you're paying money for a book that we deem as cool. That's it. So, but now they're like with all these 1 in 25 variants. It might be rare, but that doesn't make it cool.
I agree.
These people are dropping all this money into like this flavor of the week that maybe will.
Yeah.
But like these people are heavily invested in it, and rarity doesn't really count for much.
I understand. It's like, do you remember the 90s when we used to work at the comic book store?
Oh my God,
I remember people would come in and buy Ashcan editions. You remember Ashcan editions?
Remember?
So, yeah,
oh
yeah.
God.
We'll
leave that name out.
We'll leave the name out. So we had a friend who, like, Ashcan editions were basically produced prototypes of comic books. Is that what you would call them? Like, they were, like, printed out runs of smaller usually, and they were like not the official releases, but they were produced. Like, for example, Shadowhawk #1 Ashcan edition was printed out by Image Comic as Ashcan edition, and it was probably low print run, and at the time, like, people were buying that stuff up for like $250.
Now, what is an Ashcan?
I think it's like a prototype.
Like, isn't it the cover with like 2 pages?
Yeah,
or something?
Yeah,
Just like a.
It's like a promotional.
Yeah, this is what
product.
the book is going to be minus the pages.
That's right.
Ooh, cool. And
Right. Like, they would send maybe
they
one.
were giving away.
They were
Giveaways.
giveaways to the comic book shops, and this is my understanding. Correct me if we're wrong. It's like a giveaway to the comic book store retailer to help sell the book. So then the stores would then go sell those Ashcan editions to
whoever
investors
would buy
or speculators. And the problem is like, you know, a Shadowhawk 1 Ashcan edition, like,
probably like $5 now.
Yeah, probably.
I would bet. I mean,
but that's probably rarer than other books.
Exactly. And it's like that. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. Rarity doesn't really matter that much unless it's something that everybody wants that happens to be rare.
Right.
But rarity will not make it a good investment without cruelty.
My feeling on collecting and investments, and always invest in something you like, and that's it. Like, don't speculate in something you like, because that way you don't lose out, because worst case scenario is the value doesn't go up and then you're stuck with a book that you like. For example, I don't really speculate in comic books, but I watched The Boys on Amazon Prime and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I went out immediately and went on eBay to find the best price on the first appearance of The Boys #1. Now, I was doing it primarily for speculation, and I know it's a new book, and speculating on a new book is sort of, I think it's kind of a
modern,
great,
not new.
Yeah.
They're like 10 years old.
Oh, is it?
2005.
Oh, yeah, you're right. All right, so a modern book.
World.
But I was doing it with the intention of speculation, but I was speculating on something that I really liked.
Yeah.
And I think that if you haven't seen The Boys on Amazon, I think it's something you should watch. It's graphic.
Yep.
So it's not for children. If you're watching this and you're 12 years old, it might not be for you. But if you're 18 and above, it's a really good show.
You could 13.
14, of course.
13,
but that's like
if
being,
your parents are cool.
Right.
If
No,
your parents are cool.
It's like being a 14-year-old and watching RoboCop.
Yeah,
you know, you're gonna do it.
You shouldn't watch it, but it's not.
It's not gonna hurt you.
You're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like watching RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really liked it, and so I went out and bought a Boys #1, and it was purely speculation because I think it's a really good show that's gonna pick up.
Everybody speculates. Everybody that collects comics and spends if you're spending more than $25, $30 on a book, you're speculating. You're just not calling it that. Because yes, I buy comics because I love them and I like them. But there's also a thrill to it that they're worth something and they're going to go up. And I don't care or even stay equal. But if you're throwing money into it without an expectation of saying, well, you know, I could sell this for 10 cents probably tomorrow, then you're speculating.
You're right.
You know? And so it's like...
It's kind of like I think it's sort of the opposite on toys, because I do think with toys, and this is the difference between toys and comics, I feel like I'm getting something, like when I buy a toy, an action figure, I am slightly aware that there's a possibility that it will go up in value, but when I'm buying it solely so I can play with it.
Exactly.
Comic books I read, I started reading new books again, but I am, when I go to the shelf, like I bought Walking Dead number, 192, 193. I did want to read it, but I did buy it sort of to speculate. But when I bought, when I buy the Pan's Labyrinth Fawn, which, by the way, NECA did an awesome job on it. Yeah, it's awesome. I love that movie. Did you like that movie?
I did. I appreciated it, but it really,
it's a slow burn.
It was a downer, man.
Yeah, it's a super
I think
downer.
I would like it more now.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite Guillermo del Toro movie.
Just call him Bill.
Bill, yeah.
It really is. That's what it.
It translates, but his name is Guillermo.
Yeah.
That's my favorite movie of his. I think it's the most fantastical. It's a slow burn, But I like the designs. I think his designs are always great, and I think it's a movie that on multiple viewings you appreciate. And I always said if they ever came out with action figures, I would buy them. And that was a little pricey actually, but
what is pricey? 30?
40. Oh. Yeah, I think I got it for 35 on it because I had like a Books A Million club card or something. But it's beautiful. It's great. It's NECA's really does a really good job with detail. I still think that their scale is a little bit too big. I think they should probably have gone closer to a 6-inch scale, but it's beautiful. I don't know. There's really no criticism. It's not super fragile. It's a great display.
The legs from The Arrival.
The Rival.
Remember that with Charlie Sheen?
No.
The alien?
No.
You've never seen The Arrival?
Maybe I have.
With Charlie Sheen and Ron Silver and... If you
no.
It'll go on Brideflix. But the aliens had legs like this.
I think I did see that.
It's awesome.
That's the Legend Devil, the Darkness legs, like the goat backwards goat legs. I like it. I like that movie. I think this is a piece that like you buy so someone can say, oh, that's awesome. I think that's what it is. And that, I mean,
Bowie, what else you want?
David Bowie, yeah. I think the McFarlane Toys has gotten better with their action figures. I think his crotch is a little small. I'm serious. Like,
Just sounded it looks weird.
I think that was a really defining aspect of the Labyrinth. And Jareth, David Bowie, he had a very defining crotch. And I think they kind of washed that away. I think they should give him a little nubbin.
Yeah, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's a great figure though. Yeah. It looks good.
Did they ever make figures of the bounty hunters and critters?
No.
They should. I was just thinking about that.
The only critters figure they make is I have this like, it's a fairly recent figure. It's just like the critter, and I think it was made by like Amok Time Toys. It's like really slow. Critters is a good movie. Critters 2 is good too, right?
Critters 2 was good. Yeah.
That's like Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2.
Oh
man.
Uh-oh. How bad?
I think it's fine.
So, but yeah, because it's what's the kid who's in it?
The redhead?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but he was in a lot of movies.
Well, he's in Star Trek, but it's not Star Trek. The Orville.
No, that's not the same kid.
Yes, it is.
No, that's the guy from Dazed and Confused.
No.
Yeah?
I'm
thinking Star Trek. Okay.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he's a kid from Critter.
Can I tell
makes him totally twice as cool.
So, like, growing up in the 80s, that kid was in a lot of movies, and he was the kid that made me as a kid feel that anybody could be a Hollywood star. Because he wasn't a good-looking kid. He was, you know what I mean? Like
he was average. I mean, I didn't think he was ugly, but I thought he was extremely average.
I don't know. Ugly's not the word, but like he certainly wasn't like, I don't know. I guess as like when you think of like Hollywood, he was just a kid,
Midwest kid, you know, from Indiana.
Like,
he seemed like
a redhead, right? Just like a redhead kid, and I don't remember. I have to watch the movie again, but I don't remember his acting ability being extraordinary. So like, why did they hire him? Like, what was it about? But he was in a lot of movies in the 80s.
Because he was like likable, you know, like usually kids in movies get annoying and just
fair enough.
Or a lot of times, he wasn't annoying. Like he was just like he's a troublemaking kid.
Yeah.
Which in a movie goes some, you know, I don't know.
Okay, that's a neat theory.
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch Critters 2 again. They're doing a Critters TV series.
And they just had a new movie.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think you're right.
That's an ad for it. I thought that was a movie.
I would watch it. It's like, you know, it's super 80s.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Can we? The biggest news I have, and then we'll switch gears. Is the PowerCon went on this weekend? Do you pay attention to any of that?
I did not.
So PowerCon is we'll call it the Masters of the Universe Toy Con, but as it's growing, they're sort of throwing in like some of the other like mid-sized players or big size like. So now they're doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in PowerCon and Thundercats because those are all really big. Licensed, but not big enough to have their own,
and they're similar,
right?
You know?
So the big reveals were first of all, we'll start with Thundercats. The Super 7 Thundercats are a go again, and Super 7 is going to do them, and they're re-releasing. It's kind of a disappointment because instead of showing new ones, because I already have the ones that Mattel came out with. They're basically relaunching them with new accessories and pretty high price.
Same figure though.
Same figure. From what I understand, maybe some slight paint application differences.
Any chance of a tank?
A tank, wow, that would be awesome. But you know what? I would never rule it out with those guys because
but they haven't nothing in the
Well, that's
works.
the thing is they didn't announce any new figures. They are basically they're starting out the first release with the Lion-O.
Yeah.
The Mumra is gonna have a cloth cape this time. Panthro and the Jackalman, but they're giving them 2 heads now, so they now have like regular faces and like expressive faces.
Which Mumra? I'm assuming the muscular.
No, just the one that they
bandage?
released. Yeah, the like frail old man one. Just the one that
Pretty
Mattel
cool.
came out. But they're priced $45. That's a lot.
Crazy.
That's a lot. They come with more accessories. Would you prefer less accessories for $10 less, or would you rather them load it up?
I mean, like that's a lot. Either way, like you get.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
tough. See, for something like Thundercats, I would be cool with just their one accessory.
Yeah, I
and
mean, I don't, cause
yeah, what do they have? Like, that's the thing is they're gonna put them out with like cartoon specific accessories from like episode like 22 when he had a wrench, and it's like that's a little too deep cut for me. Yeah,
they're like
they're
6,
they're
no,
the
7, right?
Yeah, they're like 7-inch because they're Masters of the Universe classic style. And one thing that I will say that I wish that they would have done is I really like those figures, but I thought the Lion-O was too short and bulky. Because they used the He-Man buck.
I don't like those He-Man bucks. I don't want to switch it too much.
No, this isn't.
But those Conan,
those were
pissed
released.
me off,
Okay.
man. Because it's like they looked sweet, but you could tell that, like, especially I forget the dude's name, but the bad guy.
I don't remember their names
with
either.
the handlebar mustache, he was awesome.
Yeah.
With the mullet, like he looked so good. Like his clothing and all that looked so good. But I know he's taking a dump under. It looked like he's squatting.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it's like they're cool for He-Man.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Yeah, so one of the big announcements was Super 7 are doing the Conan the Barbarian movie figures, which are a dream figure line for me.
yeah,
Dream figure.
sweet.
But they are using the Master of the Universe buck, which I understand it's like a big muscly buck, but it does look a little weird.
Especially on a known property like
I
Conan.
agree.
And I know it crosses over and it works and it's a cool homage. But
I'm buying the hell out of them.
yeah,
though.
I mean they're sweet. They're
Yeah.
sweet. But it's like when you take that buck
Yeah.
and you put like a super sort of realistic face sculpt on it. I thought those face sculpts
They look
really
great. I liked
amazing.
them.
It looked
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Army.
Yeah, I
to
agree.
me.
I agree.
It's like it doesn't like
It looks a little weird. It's like
water the face down or something.
Do you ever customize G.I. Joe figures where you would unscrew the back and
Last
you
night,
rebuild
that's
them?
what I was
okay.
doing.
So
No, I'm joking, but
well, I used
yeah,
to
I
do
know,
that,
I know,
and
yeah.
then like I would always create new characters, and every once in a while you would put a different head on the body, and it wasn't quite the right fit. Like you could just tell, like the neck was too long or too short, and that's sort of how those look. It's like when you customized G.I. Joe figures, and it was just not the right fit, and that's what they sort of look like. With that
Trying
said,
to make a removable stormtrooper
Well-
helmet and like having to cut it
Well,
and you
that's
just putty it all up and it just doesn't work.
absolutely, it's like this.
Done
like,
that a lot.
This is the new Boba Fett vintage collection
Yeah.
watch, which is also the older one, and it pisses me off. It's the removable helmet Boba Fett. First
Yeah.
of all, this is my stance on it. You can disagree if you want. Boba Fett should not have a removable helmet in
Agreed.
any circumstance.
Well, you know what
Okay,
my thing
cool.
is with the removable helmet?
Boba Fett, just Boba Fett.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Boba Fett's
Yeah, I don't want to see what his face
no,
looks
his
like.
mystique was that you didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gimmick.
And this figure, the helmet, like it's usually like with the Stormtroopers, they did a really good job. But this one looks a little too narrow. Yeah, they did a good job with the. And I'm sorry, Boba Fett should not have a removable helmet. Big mistake. Wipe that from the Star Wars lore. Like they never showed it in the movie, but like just wipe that away. Sorry.
Yeah, I wish they could wipe out the whole Django thing in some way. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
It wasn't the way that I would have visualized or imagined or whatever the story of the clones.
I
But
don't want to know what's under this.
do you?
I don't.
I don't either.
I like the shit that people came up with. Like the fan theories of what he would look like. He was scarred.
Absolutely,
and old
scarred,
and
gray
like-
hair.
Like, it was Clint Eastwood. To me, he was
Yeah,
Clint
oh, that's
Eastwood
good,
or
that's
something,
good.
you know?
Mystery.
Mystery,
Keep,
yeah.
Keep mystery in some characters.
And what's up with the pistol? Is that something?
I don't remember. I think that was legit. I think
Not in Empire. I've looked everywhere to see if I can
Really?
find it. I don't think...
Do you think that, is it one of those things where they just started including it in so many Boba Fett's that it's just become? For some reason, I remember the old Empire Strikes Back. You remember the 12-inch figures?
Yes.
Didn't that have the pistol?
I don't think so.
See, maybe they're making me misremember it.
I think so too, or maybe I'm misremembering, but I don't remember that.
I don't remember the pistol either.
I think it's left over from Django. Like, I think it was like a hybrid type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have one.
Look, if you look at the pistol, it does not look like it's from original trilogy.
Yeah, it looks like Django's or the Princess Padme's gun.
Or
like
even, yes, absolutely. I'll tell you something about these vintage collection. I've been loving them. They do, when they re-release older figures like that Boba Fett, it makes you realize how far they've come, because the ankle pivot is so important to the figures, and without the ankle pivot, it really, there's something really lacking on those.
This is a sweet figure. I do like it.
I don't know, the head, dude, it bothers me.
But why, you wish it were bigger? I mean, it should be. He should look like wonky in real life. Yes. He should look wonky.
It looks way too narrow on the front of his head, and I think they should have just sculpted it with a, like, if they make a new vintage collection Boba Fett, don't make it a removable helmet. Sorry, it's just a character. I did get the, I don't know if we talked about the Luke crate. The crate, which is probably my favorite part of Last Jedi. It's a good figure. What's interesting about it is, you remember my gloating about how much I love the Luke Jedi Knight, the new Luke Jedi Knight figure? Yeah. So it's still my favorite figure. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Do you mind if I do it?
No, give me 1 second. Right. And then, my big criticism, my only criticism, was that it had a little cloth on the side. Yeah. So you could use the ankle. This one does not have the cloth, and I really wish it did. So it makes the other Luke Jedi Knight even more perfect.
So you can't widen his stance.
No, like he has. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you can't widen his stance, which is kind of disappointing. So, like, I was complaining about it on the other figure. I wasn't complaining, but I was mentioning it. And now I am so happy they did it. This figure is great. That head is weird, though. Is it just a paint app? Or is that just what Mark Hamill looks like? It's a little off, right?
Why the hell did they Bandai him? They Bandai'd him. He looks gold. He's got gold.
Do you think so?
I think so. I gotta close this thing really.
Don't box cut yourself. That's gonna be an episode right there.
Oh, man goes to hospital. I wish this movie were better, because I love Luke.
I gotta be honest with you.
I love this Luke.
I love that Luke too. I've been with the new Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. I've been thinking about Last Jedi again, and I'm ready to watch it again. And I think I'm ready. I think I might like it again. I don't think so, because there's the parts I don't like. We talk about this all the time, but
there's so many theories right now.
I know.
I always feel shat on from it, but I really think that they'll fix it. I think JJ will make. I think Episode 9 will at least make the hurt go away and reconcile. Because I don't think we completely understand everything we saw.
I do agree. The things and I always say, the things I didn't like about Last Jedi are things like the dialogue in Poe. You're not going to be able to change that.
But that's not offensive to me. That's just
I didn't find anything offensive. I just didn't like.
When I say I don't mean it offended me, but I mean
I think we have different issues with the movie,
like bad writing and
that's my issue.
But like Luke going through Luke's attitude.
I don't have a problem with it.
See, I did.
I had a problem with the way he floated away, but that can be fixed because there could be a reason why he floated away the way he did. I have a problem with Poe using the word ass. Because I feel like that's like slang.
He did use it?
He used like
he used
ass
something.
Yeah,
he used some of our slang.
It didn't feel right in Star Wars.
Pulled a mom joke.
Yeah, pulled a mom joke. It felt like he was using Earth slang, and I didn't like it. It just didn't fit in Star Wars, and I didn't like BB-8 coming out in a ATST. So those things are never going to go away.
I didn't like the Empire in it, that they were all bumbling idiots.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Like I hated that. It's like these are supposed to be scary people that just decimated the good guys. The movie before,
but they did decimate the good guys.
Well, that's what I mean. But like, it's like you go back and like, how dumb are you?
Yeah.
Like they're just like I was expecting to hear like sound effects like like like
I definitely think that a lot of it could be fixed, but I think it's still gonna stay at the bottom of my.
Me too. I mean, they won't be able to fix just the badness of it.
No, you're not gonna be able to fix that.
With the bad taste of the storytelling, I think that's.
I do too. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let me wrap up Super 7 stuff real quick because there's a couple of things I do want to mention. And they showed the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like Playmate style toys. I think they're awesome. I know it's a little bit later in your series. The question is what are those going to cost? Are those going to be $45?
I mean, that is insane.
That is insane.
Like that, I just can't. I don't get $45.
$45, especially when you're trying to make like the thing is about Masters of the Universe Classics. Is they went all in. Like, they made a complete line.
Yeah.
And if they're planning on doing that with something like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where there are, like, 200 characters...
Yeah.
You can't... $45 isn't gonna fly.
Well, and I mean...
25, 20...
Who's buying hundreds of them? I guess...
Dude,
guys
Turtles
like,
are huge.
I mean, I know they're huge, but, like, $45
That's a lot.
a pop. That's a lot if they're gonna...
Yeah, I want to be all in on Thundercats, but $45 is gonna be hard. And
But they don't have a lot, really. I mean, what is it?
40,
10?
50? No, because if you think about it, so the old toy line had probably like 25 figures, characters, and then there were so many characters in that cartoon that were so cool that they didn't make. So many. Like, that was the one cartoon that I loved as a kid that there was so many more possibilities of characters they could have made that they didn't.
I just wish they would do something that they haven't hit a million times. Like, go back to Silverhawks or something.
I agree, but how... I want Silverhawks, but do you think you'd get bored of it? Like, so when you get bored of anything. Yeah, that's true. I love Silverhawks, and Silverhawks is on my list of things I want to see, but, like, how many, like, chrome color... Like, once you get Quicksilver...
Yeah.
Six.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I think collectors, they'd get them.
I
would.
Like,
get the team. Like, I
get the team, but, like, when they start pulling assortments, I'm cutting you off, but, like, when they start pulling, like, the first assortment is 3 characters, like, Bluegrass, Quicksilver, and then, like, some odd creature.
Okay.
Like, it's like, I want the team right away.
Yeah.
And it's tough because they know that that's what people want. Like, and if you don't give, like, if they give it to you right...
head sculpts or removable faceplate?
Oh, that's a tough one. What do you think? I think removable faceplate.
I think I would, if they could do it right, removable faceplate.
Yeah, but if they can't, you know what would be a good way to do it? Remember that very first Marvel Toy Biz Iron Man figure?
Yes, that was perfect.
That was so
perfect.
Awesome.
That's still one of the best figures.
That is such a great figure. That is such a great figure. All right, well, yeah. So there was that, and then I think there was one other thing, but you can open now. Wait,
no, keep talking, man. I'll go. I'm not gonna pull.
There was one other really big thing that they announced at that PowerCon. Oh yeah, just more about the Masters of the Universe Mattel line that they're coming out with, where they're trying to make it more for newer generations of kids. I think it's a great idea. I don't think that they're translating perfectly. Ming wants to play. Okay. Yeah, don't cut.
I'm not gonna cut
Ming.
Do you know how fast her hair grows?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's no dingleberries today though. That new Masters of the Universe line, I don't think they're perfect, but they're trying to cross the line of getting the collectors interested and kids, and I think that's important because if they don't build a new generation, a toy for a new generation,
how much are those?
$15. Perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a sweet spot.
I just wish the sculpting was a little tighter and the articulation was a little bit tighter. But I do want to say that I think Mattel's doing the right thing here. The Battle Cat looked cool. It was basically Battle Cat with articulation. I just wish the sculpting was a little bit tighter and the articulation was a little bit more disguised. Is that the word you want? What is it? Where it's
just
like
fluid?
Yeah.
Fluid, I think.
Yeah, Mattel has a problem with that though. I think with fluid articulation joints anyway. But
for $15 though.
For $15, what the hell? That's like that's the price point. What the hell? I'm gonna collect them. And I like those WWF crossover figures, which you probably didn't even see.
I did not.
They're taking
crossed over with
Masters of the Universe.
Oh, that's perfect.
They look cool. Yeah, they're wild. They're wild. Like I would buy.
They have an Ultimate Warrior.
Yes, they had an Ultimate.
Did it hold a He-Man sword?
I don't remember.
Who would win in a fight, He-Man or Ultimate Warrior?
He-Man, dude. He-Man was a supernatural powers. Ultimate Warrior was like
but it depends
wrestler.
what world you put him in. If He-Man went into the WWE world, he's just a normal man.
That's you just crossed.
You could get real deep on that.
You could.
Yeah, He-Man would beat him in Eternia.
Right.
But
if he goes
reality, because WWE is its own world.
It's fantasy.
It is fantasy. It is not real. So it is an honest question.
I watched SummerSlam. Actually, I met Goldberg last weekend. You know Goldberg?
Yeah, I know Goldberg.
Yeah.
I'm not that out of it.
It was super nice. I met him. Thanks, Dave. He was really nice. He was a real humble guy, but
he still looks good, right?
He looks great, man. He looks great. He's huge. He's huge. But Goldberg always will.
So why did you bring this thing up here?
Because
tell the story, man.
I got a new car.
Yes.
I got a WRX.
You got a WRX.
I'm so excited. I don't know what to say about it because, like, I've always wanted, because of this figure.
He's been whining about a WRX for, what, 15, 20 years?
I think so, since this figure came out.
At least that.
Yeah,
And you've always wanted it.
Always wanted it.
Finally got it.
I got it.
Do you want me to let you talk about it, or do you want me to tell the story of you wanting it?
Go for it. Yeah, if you have a story, yeah.
Well, I just remember you've wanted that thing, like, more than anybody's ever wanted any car ever. Like,
except for Lamborghini Countach, but that's because that's untouchable.
But that's untouchable.
Yeah, that's untouchable.
That doesn't count. But I remember we were going through, well, maybe we'll get a used one, and we couldn't do it because of Bluetooth and all that. And we griped about how they don't look as cool anymore. And this was like probably 2010-ish.
Yeah.
Then they changed the body style back, and it went similar to like what they used to be.
And I did it. Yeah. So my lease was up, and we had to get a new car no matter what. And I like my Mazda. It was either going to be the practical Mazda, or I was going to take the step up and get the WRX. And so I did some searching and kind of like put it off. And then I put it off too long because I wanted to get the CVT. This is a little car talk, which is the automatic, because most of them are manual.
Yes.
And it's been a long time since I drove a manual, so I was a little intimidated by it.
But I think you did better, man, because the CVT is weird and like...
That's what I heard. It also doesn't get as good gas mileage, but when you're buying a WRX, you're not really... Yeah, so I waited to the end of the year. My lease is up, and they're no longer producing the 2019s. They're going to go into 2020s, and the orders aren't up, so I'd have to wait another, like, 6 months.
Which is not doable.
It's not doable.
No.
So I had and there was two stipulations. The stipulations were CVT, which is the automatic, and that blue. It had to be the Subaru blue.
Is that what it's called?
Yes,
Subaru blue?
it's Subaru blue. I think it's like Sue Blue or something, but that was it. It had to be the blue. If it wasn't the blue, it wasn't happening. They couldn't find one. The closest one they had, actually I went into the dealership, and they had one in Ohio, and it sold the day before. Like, it was like literally
you told me about that.
So I looked everywhere, and I couldn't find one, and I had a guy, looking for me, and finally he found one in Ohio. He said the one I wanted, the blue. The only thing is that it was a manual. And at that point I was emotionally attached, and I went for it.
And that's fine,
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I think you'll have a hell of a lot of fun with it.
I'll tell you. So I got it a couple days ago, and I had a rough start. I stalled a couple times. Most people don't know how to drive a manual anymore.
No, they certainly don't.
It's a different experience,
and I would imagine that's different than most manuals.
It's
just because it wants
clutch.
more gas.
Yes.
It's like you have to really, it wants more gas.
Yes,
it's a turbo,
it does.
man.
It
It's gonna
does.
beg for it.
I'm starting to finally get it, like 3 days later, where I can drive it without being stressed out about it.
Sweet.
I love it.
I want my ride today because I want you to drive it. I want to hear the turbos kick.
It's good. I want to get on the expressway. Well, we have something here called the Dream Cruise.
Yes.
And it's basically like a
car show
that
moves up and down Woodward.
I think it's fun, but it's too much. If you live in this area, the Dream Cruise is a pain in the ass, ultimately. Because we live right off Woodward, and it's hard to get anywhere. Do you not agree?
I do, although I sort of enjoy it. I like it, man.
I enjoy it.
I can see why people get annoyed by it, especially like...
Bring some savory characters to the area.
Yes, it does, and that's annoying. That is annoying.
It is.
I'll give you that. That's it. Like, I was so annoyed walking down Woodward. I was like, where did these people come from?
Yeah, where did these people come from?
Get out of my town.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then also, it's hard to get anywhere. So I got this car, which... It's a sedan. It's not a fancy car, but it is sporty. Like, where would you...
I'd say it's fancy if you know what it is. It's a sleeper car.
Yeah.
It's like someone who knows what that car is like sweet.
Yeah.
Just some average Joe that doesn't know.
Right. But it's not like I'm driving a Corvette where I'm like being flashy. Like it's a sedan. It's just it's sporty, but it's not like too outrageous, and it's not it's not like I don't think it's a car you can brag about because it's not like expensive or anything. I mean, it's not, you know what I mean? So it's like a reasonable, it's sort of like a down-to-earth sports high-performance car. I don't know, is that reasonable?
See,
Yeah,
you
I
can
don't know.
brag a little bit about. I mean, people are into them.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I'm into it. I love it.
I mean, like, nobody just gets it on accident.
True.
I mean, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get an Impreza and accidentally get the WRX.
That's right. That's
it's
right.
Like
I didn't get the STI, by the way.
people seek them out.
Yes.
Like it's
well,
not
I did.
like
It was an
yeah.
it was
I
an
mean,
event.
it's like yeah. I mean, it is a popular. People
Yeah.
dig the shit out of them. I mean, yeah.
So I got it like this Dream Cruise week, and so like, it has made it even more stressful for me to learn how to drive a manual.
With all that.
Yeah, with all the
traffic,
action,
yeah.
and then like stalling out on roads, and
Yeah.
people like kind of like I felt like.
And now let's explain the cruise what it really is.
Yeah.
Like Woodward Avenue.
I wish I had video of it.
From 8 Mile to about 16 Mile.
Oh, way farther. Pontiac. It goes all the way Pontiac.
Is that 20 miles?
Yeah, let's say.
Okay, we're gonna bumper to bumper traffic for
traffic.
20 miles on a stretch of
cars.
the main.
I mean,
Like,
there's some. I saw
yeah.
a cool like Batmobile. Like, I mean, it's fun. It is cool. It's just, it is. If you want to get anywhere, and you have to cross Woodward, it's just
no
not
good.
happening.
Yeah. You'd either need to cross it at probably Square Lake.
Yes.
Or
I don't
8
even
Mile.
know. Yeah. If you live here and you want to avoid it, you're best to go on vacation that weekend or stay in your house.
Like how busy it gets? It's super busy north of Maple.
I think it brings yeah, I think it's not as busy.
Yeah,
but it goes.
like
Birmingham is like
10
the,
mile
yeah.
to Maple is insane. Like just you're not going. I thought Ferndale was busy
Yeah.
but manageable.
Right.
You know.
And for anyone who doesn't know Michigan, they all know 8 Mile. That's where it starts. It starts at 8 Mile and it goes through. It's fun. Anyways, I got the car. It is, other than a Lamborghini, it's the only. It's my realistic dream car, I guess.
Yep.
It's fun. I'm super excited. I'm still learning how to drive a manual, and I am intimidated by it. And it is like learning how to drive again.
Yeah. Oh
But I'm
God,
excited.
yeah. I mean, yeah, not going from back to a stick.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
To a stick for the first time. It's different. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it's the first time I've ever owned a car that like. I think I have to be a bit uptight about because I don't want it to get damaged. Whereas
Oh, yeah,
always I
yeah.
leased cars and I would just tool them around and like didn't really care if I got a scratch.
No.
So I'm in your world now, I guess.
It sort of
it's
sucks.
fun. Yeah,
it sort of sucks when you worry about stuff happening to your
Yeah.
baby, and it's like there's times where I wish I could just go back, lease a car that I didn't care
Yeah.
about, and not like
Yeah.
I'd still be good to it.
Right.
But every time you're on the express, when you're ping,
Yeah.
you know
Oh, man,
that if
I
you
haven't
look
gotten there
close
yet.
enough, you're gonna find a
Yeah.
part on your car that's missing paint,
I still
it's like
haven't
you gotta live
found.
with it.
I still haven't found the transformation button yet, though. I'm still looking for that
which is
to transform the car. No.
oh yeah, you'll find it.
Yeah.
But you found the light speed button, right?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
all that matters.
So what'd you get?
These are just a couple books
Yeah.
I got back from CGC. Now this was
Oh,
an
these are your CGC books.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. So,
Now,
all
this
right.
is an experiment.
This is an experiment.
These were in identical grades as far as I could tell.
They were beautiful, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
This
they
is
still
an experiment.
are.
So
Now
I'm excited to see
what
this.
I did. I got one pressed from a third
Okay.
party and one not.
So you paid a third party to
Yes.
have it pressed,
Yeah.
and then sent it to CGC.
Afterwards. Yeah, both of them.
Okay.
Because I want to see if it really is going to make a difference.
I'm curious.
And it did. I mean,
Did you review the interior of the book? Because that's one thing I never think about
Me?
with the book. Yeah.
I made sure all the pages were there and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they did. I did. I
Okay.
mean, I thumbed through them, and I mean, there was nothing glaring wrong.
Right. Right.
But like I said, I figured they were going to get. I figured the grades that they got, they were going to get. Although I thought they were like, oh, these are going to be super high.
Yes.
But I knew that my eye isn't good enough to detect what they would have. So
Based on what based on the other books I've seen in this group,
yeah.
I thought that based on what you told me, you said that they got an 8 and a 9.
Yep.
Maybe I'm jumping the gun. I thought they were going to get a 9+. But that shows my ignorance to the grading process.
That's what I'm saying. I thought sort of the same too, but I just knew I was ignorant
You're
about
right,
it. I was accounting for my
That's a tough thing to grade a comic book, to like look at it and like
Yeah.
determine, because those like
and most people just look at the outside and they're like, oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
But yeah, you
yeah.
have to grade every page.
yeah, that's true.
So let's see here.
I'm excited.
Let's see.
Ooh, lots of bubble wrap.
Yeah, lots of
Save that
noises.
for the kids.
Okay, yeah. And now let's see.
Oh, you got. Ooh.
Okay.
This is cool.
Wow. Okay, so.
Oh wow.
There you go. Take one, man.
All right.
You get the 8. I get the 9, and
Ooh. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's
okay.
Like,
so this was not pressed.
that was not pressed
Because
this was pressed.
I do see some issues with
you
this.
can see that.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
okay.
And I was curious to see if
Okay.
it would get them out.
I
how
see
much
that.
counted. Like I did this as an experiment to see what counted. So it's weird that they grade on things that you can fix. Cause doesn't it like that's sort of crazy if you think about it?
Because
like,
but you can fix it though.
you can fix it.
I think an 8 is fair for this.
Oh, me too. Me too. Yeah.
I think that's a fair grade.
Me too. An 8 is fucking. That's a nice book.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing beat up about an 8.
Can I see what a 9 looks like when you're done?
Yeah. I want
Okay.
to go back and forth with these.
Okay.
a few
Oh,
times.
same book too. Master.
Oh
Kung
yeah,
Fu.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, this is totally 8. That. But what's crazy is I can send this in.
This was pressed.
That was pressed. Yeah.
Man, this is like.
It was quick press.
Yeah, yeah.
It was quick press for like.
I think this is actually. I think this 9 is a pretty generous grade on this.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I don't know. Like I see a little bit of spine issue, like lifting.
The roll.
The
Let me
roll.
see it.
Right, and then I also. There's a little mark up there.
Yeah.
And then a mark up there.
Let me see.
Actually, I don't know, man. I actually be curious, like, what?
So I mean,
I don't know, man. I think maybe they gave you a pretty generous grade.
well, that's my whole point of why I don't give a shit about CGC because it's like it doesn't add up. I mean, especially when you compare it,
I don't know. Like, I think that they both have issues, but it's amazing because when you look at a graded book, it does make you really anal about looking at it. Like, you really look for everything.
Yep. And it's easier to see it.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I love that you
absolutely.
can see everything in this. Which one do you want?
It doesn't matter.
It's interesting, man.
It is
It's
really
like,
interesting.
Yeah, you can see like the spine roll.
The problem is with this is once you do this, this is now.
This isn't a comic
poster.
book.
Yeah, it's not a comic book
like that's
anymore.
why I don't do it. I
get it. I gotta be honest. Like I like to see the grade. Like it's like probably exciting to get the grade, but like once you have it, it doesn't.
And that's the whole thing. I don't give a shit about the grade. As long as I like the way the book looks, like. Yeah.
I think you got generous grades on them though. Like I didn't see these beforehand, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think these are good. I mean, I'm not generous.
I'd say it's just what they grade at. Yeah. I mean, it's just like. I don't know.
So now, here's the question for you, because you're clearly more of a comic book aficionado than me. So now that this is, what did this cost before it was graded? What would the value of this book be?
I think about the same. I think that's about just short of $500.
Wow. So now how much does it make it?
$500.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean in 8, 9, it's not like a special grade.
And it costs like $30 to grade it?
Yep. It's like it's not high enough that you can be like, I've never seen one this amazing ever.
Right.
You
What
know,
about a 9 though? Is the 9 like, what does that make that one?
The 8.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just going on go collect.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like,
but I don't think the value really goes either way at this grade, because it's a pretty easy grade to prove if you know a lot about books and all that. That like, now, if it were a 9.6 or a 9.8, if I thought we were going to grade it that, then yeah, I mean, if
does that make it like a $2,000 book or more? Oh, really?
Yeah.
I sort of get it, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, a 9 or 8s and 9s just aren't impressive. 9.2 even is just, it's cool. It makes it, it's near mint, but it's not, like, it's so funny how many levels there are of near mint.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think 9.8 is considered mint.
Yeah, I guess
like
so, because they don't give a 10, right? There's never been a 10.
There have been 10.
Oh, there has?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
What would that, like, that would be valued at, like, and people,
Any book
yeah,
would be expensive at that. Yeah.
I guess I'd understand that, but I guess it's funny because the more and more you experience it and you talk about it, the more and more you understand it and, like...
Yeah, and I mean, the whole thing is, it's like, CGC isn't bad or anything like that.
I don't think
I'm not saying that. It's just, like...
It's a different way to collect.
Yeah, it's like, what is it, comic guarantee? What does it even stand for? But the point is, it's a good way to sell, because you know exactly what you're selling or buying. No bullshit. Like, I have no... It's just like...
I think the presentation is nice, too.
Yeah.
It tells you exactly what it is. I think it's a pretty nice presentation.
Like, the one CGC book I have for myself, I unslabbed it.
I have one book. Did I ever show you mine?
Oh yeah, the Champions.
The Champions. Now that's an 8, right? Oh no, that was a 6.
Yeah.
So what does that make that? Like nothing.
Fine.
Okay.
Makes it in fine condition, but that's the collection. That's a condition I usually collect at. You know, if
6.
If it's an expensive book,
what
that's
is
what I
your
prefer.
Hulk 181?
4 or 5. Yeah.
That's an awesome book. I got to look at your comic book collection this weekend, and it was really.
Told you I
enjoyable.
was sick about
You're
it.
sick. You're nuts. We're gonna talk about this. So I'm flipping through his comic book collection, and he's like, by the way, I just want to let you know there's a book in there that I didn't tell you about that I got, and immediately I knew what it was.
But I had good reason to keep it to myself.
I don't understand the reason. So explain it. It was. I guess what it was Conan 1.
Yep. You were so excited about that Boys 1, and I got it like right before you showed up. And I'm not gonna be that guy that's like,
oh, okay. So
was like you were so excited about it, and that was what we were talking about.
Right.
And it's not like I was gonna hide it from you. I was gonna tell you later.
So
after
was it timing or?
Yeah.
So what came first, the Boys 1 or the Conan 1?
Like you
Yeah.
ordered the Boys 1. We were talking about that.
Okay.
And like that. Yeah, like I bought it right before you ordered.
Okay.
But we were talking about it.
Right.
I just didn't want to take the steam away.
Okay.
Because I hate people that do that. It's like if I say I'm going to do a model and then George goes and gets on it.
Right.
Totally steals my thunder, man.
I see that.
That's all.
I thought you didn't tell me about the Conan 1 because you thought it would make me upset because I want a Conan 1. But I did not work that way at all.
No, I know. No, I just wanted you to fully enjoy the Boys.
Okay.
And that to be the center of discussion for those few days. That's it.
All right. But you don't have to do that because it's just not necessary.
Only when you get something new coming that's cool.
Oh, so I'm trying to think of have I ever done that without with
so.
not even being aware of it? Like steal someone's thunder on their collecting?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know that the Boys 1 was a Steal the Thunder kind of thing. Personally, I get that you saw that. I think it's I'm trying to think of a steal, I guess
Dude, it was the first book I've seen you get.
That's true.
That was sort of expensive. I was like, hey, I'm not taking anything away from that.
All right, fair enough. Either way, I'm glad you got a Conan 1.
Me too.
And I still am gonna get a Conan 1.
I know.
I'm just scared that once I get a Conan 1,
you're gonna
get
a Conan
2 and a Conan
23 and a 24 and all the BWS artwork.
Yeah, it's a long road. Last thing I want to talk about is I got one of these. I like the. Ooh, damn, dude.
Your name is not Grace.
I do like the idea of Kickstarters for action figures. It gives companies opportunities to do figures. But I don't always jump on them. I don't always know about them. Or I don't always at that moment have a chance to invest in or be able to put money down on something that's not going to come out. But these dime novel legends, which are basically boss fight studio style, which is I think right now the ideal 3 and 3/4 inch.
You putting the pictures of those up. That actually looks really nice.
Yeah. So it's basically they're Western figures, and I've always had a thing for Western figures. I like the Butch Cassidy figures. Remember those Gabriel Lone Ranger figures? Do you remember those vintage?
Yeah. Oh yeah. G.I. Joes, right?
Yeah, they were kind of they were like the Indiana Jones. Remember the Indiana Jones? The Kenner Indiana Jones figures?
Vaguely,
they were Star Wars with knee joints. Okay, so I like that whole thing.
This is Wyatt Earp, right?
Yeah, it's totally. But it's called the Marshall.
Okay.
Question. So I got that one because I like Tombstone. Tombstone was a great movie. Do you think that face was designed to look like
a little bit?
A little bit.
He's a little thin in the face to be Kurt, but
I just don't like. Is Wyatt Earp just such a distinctive looking character that they just nailed it with Tombstone, or do people imitate that look? That's what he looked like, right?
It's a good question. I don't know because Dennis Quaid played him.
He did? No.
The same year.
No. Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Tombstone came out.
Well, he looks different too.
Yeah, that's true. Tombstone came out and it was a great fun movie.
Yeah. And then Wyatt Earp was a bummer.
Yeah, it was a bummer, but it was more historically accurate. Man, Tombstone is a great movie.
I'm not a Western guy, but that and the Wild Bunch, I could watch.
I don't think I've ever seen the Wild Bunch.
you'd like the Wild Bunch. It's like
I like westerns. It's weird. It's like one of those things where I don't really think of myself as like someone who would like a western genre, but every time I see one, I like them.
you need to see the Wild Bunch. It's
Okay.
It's like at the end of the West. Like they have cars and stuff, and it's like these bank heisters, and they're just like they're making a run to Mexico to get away. It's good.
Okay.
They
I really
would love
liked
it. Sam Peckinpah.
Okay. I really
Good.
liked the remake of they what was it that the remake came out not too long ago with that what was it what was that movie it was originally a John Wayne movie.
Oh,
pretty big.
True Grit.
True Grit. Yeah, that was great.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see True
I didn't
Grit?
see
Oh
it.
man, great movie.
Yeah, I'm weird. I don't Western.
They're always I
never craved one.
I'm a big fan. I gotta be honest.
I'm
with
not
you.
like I'll watch them, and I enjoy them, but I would never like pick it.
Really,
you
like
know?
Magnificent Seven, Butch Cassidy's Sundance Kid, True Grit. Would you consider Hateful Eight a western?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, I like that.
I like this packaging a lot. One problem is that I didn't do the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the Kickstarter price.
Yeah.
I got these from like smalljoes.com.
Yeah.
And their pricing was a little interesting because they seemed to price them.
How much?
That one was like $35. But the
What,
weird thing
what
is
was the Kickstarter pricing?
I think like $25.
I guess
So it's not that bad, but the problem is Small Joe's had them priced, like each character was like priced differently, as opposed to being like they were collectible price.
Oh, like this one's harder to get.
Right, but they have the exclusive rights to all of the secondary like non-Kickstarters run. So it was like I wanted this one, and I want the guy who looks like the Lone Ranger, and the Lone Ranger guy was $40. I was like,
yeah,
yeah. But then you got like the guy who's like the bar guy, the like bartender. He's cool looking, but he was like $27. But I'm not gonna like. That's a lot of money to buy a whole collection. I would just want to buy one or two to get it going.
So is this gonna like? Well, I guess like
how far can
will
it go?
Will it always be a Kickstarter?
No, I don't know. That's a good
like,
question.
What happens when will it ever become readily available?
Well, this says limited to 2,000.
Yeah.
But it also says first print run. So they can, so like I was kind of like I open my toys, but they can just run it off again. My only complaint about the figure, I think they're really good, is the eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, they're a little
oh,
off.
yeah.
But I think that this is not Boss Fight. It's chicken fried toys, but they do have control and
chicken fried toys.
and how do you say that? Tampograph.
Tampograph?
Yeah, Tampograph. So basically, like, they created the buck, I guess.
Not for children. Where's the company again? Show me that.
Chicken Fried Toys. That's fun. It's just a couple guys.
I love it. Similar to, like, KFC.
Yeah, or a Chicken Fried Movie.
No, I'm talking about Keith's Fantasy Club. Because they make, like, Keith's Fantasy Club, they rip off, like, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, really?
For their label, yeah.
Oh, their label? Okay, all right.
Like Transformers, but still.
Yeah. I really do think that Boss Fight really has the best 4-inch figure buck.
Yeah, they need to do the Sam Elliott guy, like his brothers.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I mean, I guess they just change his face.
Yeah, they just have to, that's the thing is like, once you come out with a line of these, all you have to do is like, run accessories.
Just how deep is Western gonna come back into style?
No, it's just not.
You don't think so?
No.
All those Western comic books.
No. See, a lot of people said that was what the comic book movie was going to become. It was going to go the way of the Western because in the 50s and 60s or 40s, I don't know. Western movies were really hot. Like I
think the 50s and 60s. Okay. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so Western movies were all the rage. Like they were always coming out with Westerns. And everyone was like, oh, well, the comic book movie is the modern Western. Like, it's going to get old. But I don't think so.
I think it...
And I'll tell you why. Because the comic book movie has no limitations. The Western movie has a limitation.
Yes, I agree with you.
A comic book movie can always go forward and tell a different story. A Western movie has to take place in that time, in that place.
Yeah. And I think that's why Marvel's swapping it up so much, is they're trying to keep it...
keep it fresh.
Like, now they're getting it, like, Kung Fu, Blade,
that's right.
all that,
that's right.
You know? And, I mean, I think that's, like, they're even changing Thor up. I think the whole Natalie Portman thing is they're like, you know what? We told a story. So
let's tell another story.
Let's tell another story. Let it, like these people, there's people that are all like, no, Thor's Chris Hemsworth, but he's done. Like
no,
like,
he's not done.
I know he's not done,
okay.
but he's exiting. Like he's
evolving. He's
well,
not.
I think he's on his way out.
I don't think so. I think he's going to be part of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but I still think 5
really?
years he's done.
Well, 5 years maybe.
Yeah, but that's 2 movies. I think he's got a movie or 2 left in him. And I mean, they're thinking about the future. Yeah, and it's they're letting him make his exit.
They're setting up. They're setting up. They're thinking long term. It's a long term investment they're doing, and that's good. I think it's good.
I think the next couple movies he's in is going to be his bow out. You know?
I think he's still really young.
I'm sure he is.
I don't know.
But I just think he's got other shit to do. You know?
True.
And it's like they told Thor's story. He pretty much went full circle. If you watch his first movie, I mean,
I think he's got a lot of evolving.
He had his chance to be.
I don't know, because he went to Fat Thor, and I think there's a lot to tell.
You think?
I
don't. I mean, not that I'd be interested. I mean, it's sort of like had his chance. He was king. Didn't want it. I'm gonna go be an adventurer.
I think they told that part of Thor's story already. Like, I mean, I don't think they could do 100 issues of Thor being Thor, but they told that, and now he gets to evolve into something else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't think comic book movies could be equated to the Western, because the Western
the Western
is
is finite. It ends.
Yeah, it ends. You know, you could, other than that, but I like these figures. The eyes are a little wonky. I really love the figure, and I don't know. Anything else? Thanks to Brad Walker for the. Oh, these are one of these yours for the Gorgonauts coloring book. I love it. Actually, it's pretty funny because it's written it's written like a coloring book. Like it tells the story in very children way. Like, it's time to visit their accountant. Draw a line to help.
Oh my gosh, this is
great. It's funny. I'm actually gonna give it to my kids to color. It's
That's
funny.
really cool.
Yeah, it's cool. So thank you.
Let me see the sticker though. Was that a sticker?
Oh yeah. When's yours? I love that picture.
What is this? This goes on a comic book box.
Yeah, it's cool. So, you got anything else? Watch The Boys. Mindhunter Season 2 is started.
Did you watch it?
I started watching.
Is it? I heard it's the best.
David Fincher's directing them. I can't believe
Didn't he direct? Did he direct the first one? His name was all over it.
I think his name was all over it, but I don't remember him directing each episode. It's great. I'm super hardcore into it.
But I'm sort of confused. I heard you didn't need to see Season 1 to watch this. Is that true? I mean, I remember. I loved Season 1.
Yeah, I don't think you need to see Season 1. But why would you not watch Season 1? I thought Season 1 was great.
Like I know.
It was great.
But does it have it? Is it all the same characters? Or the same FBI people?
Yes.
So it's got Olivia in it. I know that's not
Yes. I think you should watch.
I'll watch it. I'm starting it tonight. I'll be out of it in a day.
Don't start. I finished. I went through Glow. Do you watch Glow?
No.
Oh, that's good. You should watch Glow.
What is it?
It's Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. They're on Season 3. You'll like it. I'm telling you, it's good storytelling.
You know what? I saw the first couple episodes.
It's great. It's a really good show.
Yeah,
I do, because
it's got the podcaster in it, right?
Mark Maron.
Mark Maron.
Yeah. No, it's really good. And then The Boys, I 100% recommend. I speculated on the comic book. I guess this is the season where all the good shows are coming. Dark Crystal's coming. I can't wait.
When?
August 30th. I'm going. It looks beautiful, man. I
got something.
Oh yeah.
Friday's gonna be a big day.
Okay, what you got?
Star Wars trailer.
No.
D23, baby.
Are you sure?
That's this week.
Are you sure?
If every rumor on the internet is correct, by the time we have another episode, we will have seen another probably minute and a half of Star Wars.
They've done really good with starving us on this. They haven't given us anything.
Which is good.
It is good. I think it's probably the best way.
I mean, it's frustrating me, but you know what? I think they're gonna make it pout proof. At least until it comes out. They don't want to give anybody... Good. I agree. I don't want... I like people's speculation, but I don't want to hear all this negative speculation.
No, I don't want to hear it.
For a movie that hasn't come out yet.
Don't get me wrong. I want to see all these characters and I want to see a trailer, but if I have to wait... if I see less stuff, that's the benefit is far greater. But don't we have, don't they do the Force Friday still? We're still going to see... I mean, there's still that... time. When is that Force Friday? Yeah, when they sell all the action figures and all the merchandise officially comes out.
Oh, when is that?
September?
I think so.
I think we're gonna get that, right? Where you and I go because you won't go to midnight.
Yeah,
Where do I go this year? I always go to Toys R Us for Force Friday. That's weird. This is the first time Force Friday won't be at Toys R Us.
Sucks.
Does it though?
Not really.
Do you really miss it?
Toys R Us, no, I don't want to say good riddance, but it was so shitty by the end.
Yeah, it was so
like,
shitty, right.
It was just, oh, you're going to tease me. Maybe they don't have something.
Yeah.
And it was like...
I mean, I gotta be honest, I'm pretty hardcore into the vintage collection currently, so, like, I'm actually really excited for Force Friday. Like, I really like the vintage collection stuff. So with that note, until next time, nerd out! You want to go for a drive?
Yeah, you want to go, Darren?
Yeah, let's go.
Needs a bigger crotch for sure.